Hi, I'm Heather from here booktubes, and today is travel romance recommendations, also known as another episode with Heather where she recommends a trope that she doesn't really care about. Hi, I don't care about travel romances. I feel like I always was more like when I was a fantasy reader, I liked stories where they were like in the castle as opposed to a quest to get to the castle. I just don't super care about travel romances. But it is summertime. And I know people are starting to travel some. Other people are like, no, not traveling yet. Either way, you might be into reading about traveling books. My first one is Higher Love by Alexandria House. This one, she is a travel blogger or a vlogger, one or the other. And she's at a festival to cover it for her readers. I do believe, I think it's blogger. And while she's there, she meets this guy and she's like, no, I have a boyfriend. And then boyfriend dumps her. And she ends up having one night with this guy, but he doesn't have her real name and all the things. And then she goes to try and get sponsored by this, I think it's a luxury aircraft company. And he's like the owner or the CEO or something like that. And it's them being really, really cute. This is the first book in a series, but each book is about one of the different friends, so you could just read them each as a standalone if one sounded better than the others. But it's really cute. And it's Black Love. I believe that it was Alexandria House's first book, and I just really enjoyed it. She was fun. The next one is I Think I Might Love You, which is Love Sisters #3 by Christina C. Jones. Again, each one of these books, each one is about a different sister, so you absolutely could read this third one by itself if you wanted. This is a really funny trilogy of novellas. This series was my introduction to Christina C. Jones, and it's just really, really funny and cute and heartwarming and thought-provoking and all the things. This one ends with the non-traditional HEA, which I loved, and we again have a traveling vlogger type of girl who traveling is what she wants to do. She doesn't want to settle down and have a family, she wants to travel, but she is back home to see the birth of a niece or something like that, and runs into somebody in their mutual circle. And it's kind of him trying to convince her that they could have a happily ever after, even if it's not a white picket fence and a house and 2.5 kids. And it's super cute. Also, they have like steamy scenes on vacation, and it's really good. The next one is The Gamble, which is Colorado Mountain #1 by Kristen Ashley. This has a significant content warning for suicide of a loved one and attempted suicide of a loved one. There's more than one instance in the book. Some are not flashbacks but are in the past, and some are on page, and so if this is a trigger for you, it's more than like a sentence passing thing. This is the thing that's in the book. But she is on vacation to try and figure out if she wants to stay with her fiance. And she gets to the cabin and the owner is there and he's not supposed to be there. And he's like, look, the manager messed up. Like, I don't know why you're here. Manager messed up. It's not for rent this week. There's a hotel in the town. So she goes, but she's like not feeling well and she's not used to driving in the Colorado mountains, and she gets stuck. And he finds her and brings her back to the cabin and nurses her back to health. And then is like talking to her and like, you know, see she has the ring and stuff. Saw that before like he kicked her out or anything. So the whole time she's sick, like he knows that she belongs to somebody. And then he's just like, what type of fiance is it that you have? Because you've been here for days and you've been sick and he hasn't even called you and you haven't, you know, told him what was going on, and he's not out of his mind with worry. And why are you on vacation without your fiance anyways? What type of man is that he's just like, oh no, go ahead. So he's like annoyed on her behalf. He's very alpha. And she's just like, well, my vacation's kind to decide if I want to stay with him or not. And spoiler alert, she doesn't. She falls for the cabin owner. It's very alpha. It's Kristen Ashley. Like I said, there is the content warning for suicide. There's also the content warning for sexual assault and then a suicide attempt. So be very much aware of that, because it's just kind of thrown out on the page in a conversation between the characters. It's because like she's not being the nicest and he's like, she just, you know. So I feel like it would kind of smack you in the face if you were not prepared for it. And so I really want you to know that as a content warning for this book. You know, that's dealt with. There's a lot of other things that are dealt with, but the relationship is one of my favorites of Kristen Ashley's. Then I have Misadventures of a City Girl by Meredith Wild. This one, she has left the city, and there is a vet with severe PTSD, and because of that, he really can't handle city life and the noises and the sudden loud noises and the crowds and things like that. And so he is up in the mountains, and she is on vacation. She's at the resort thing, and she wanders too far and thinks that his like hot tub spring is part of the resort, and it's not, it's his. He finds her in a little bit of a compromising situation, and she's just like, what are you doing here? And it's them and their relationship, and just like, you know, they're kind of having a fling, and she's just like, I want this to be more, but he can't move to the city and I can't move to the mountains, and you know, we're stuck in this scenario. And it's a very, very cute romance with a lot of good communication, and it's also very funny. Lastly, I have Marked, which is Tribe #1 by Milana Jax. This girl is on a vacation to another planet, and her pod doesn't go to the right planet. She ends on a alien planet where they don't have any females, and they have this whole thing where they believe that their goddesses are going to be reincarnated. And they also have a competition for the female. And there are all sorts of rules. This is maybe not the best book if you've never read an alien romance before, because there are a lot of like very cringe culture shock moments where their communication is not being up, and they're both just like, what are they doing? But it's like both sides of the culture, and it's just this human female crash landing and these big alien alpha guys competing for her, and there are rules and all the things, and it's wild. But technically, all of the women in all the books so far, they were on vacation and accidentally ended up here, and it's fun. I don't know. Do you like this trope? What do you like for it to be? Do you prefer like a specific location or a specific method? I know I kind of tend to like, I'm traveling to the mountains more than anywhere else, I feel like, even though I don't like the cold. But like then they usually run into a mountain man, alpha, with a beard. I don't know. What do you like? Tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if it was super short. But I do really like all of these books. Even if I didn't have a bunch to say about them, I have to say I did really enjoy all of them. So like, my recommendations stand. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.